It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I already think that you two shouldn't share a mic.
Okay, welcome back. Episode 5. We have guests in the house today. 2 of our top stylists at TMB, and we are talking about everything that your bridal stylist needs you to know. Because, my friends, it is basically Christmas Eve in the bridal bubble.
That it is.
It's about to be the craziest, chaotic season of shopping and buying and saying yes. That's all we're here for at the end of the day. So we have...
It'd be so close.
We are sharing 2 mics. We are very, very close. I can taste Shelby's coffee on her breath.
Sorry, Jess and Adele.
It's nice.
Now I'm going to be self-conscious about that.
I know.
The whole time.
Me too.
It's 9 a.m.
Oh, you know what?
I need it.
Yeah, you do. I need mine too. It's over there. Okay, Shelby, welcome.
Yeah.
Brit, welcome. Are you guys ready to lift the veil?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Rip it off.
Rip it off. So
Rip it open.
Shelby is a part-time stylist, one of the best, and Brit is our operations coordinator and bridal stylist, who is exceptional as well. So we figured, why not bring in the 2 heavy hitters in to talk about everything, the 1-2 punch, to talk about everything that you guys need to know to be a successful, or maybe just to like share some stories.
We brought 2 heavy hitters, but they're also heavy hitters in very different styles.
Yes.
And the point of this was that
I would like to hear you explain how we're different.
should say some descriptions, some descriptor words. I think you're going to figure it out real fast. But the whole point is that you, as a bridal stylist, you have to gel with your client, and you guys gel with lots of clients in every different way, which is it's like the key. It's the secret to being a good stylist. So
Brit cares with her entire heart, and Shelby
is just a good actress.
I show up.
Yeah, you do show up every
Listen,
day.
Good cares. Oh, she's an angel. Just
She
with
is. Have you
wings.
ever seen her in an
Yeah,
appointment?
I know. And then
Okay, so it's nothing is filtered here. Everything is unveiled. We all agree to that? Yes, yes. Brit?
I'll sign on the dotted line if you need.
Thank you. So,
usually you have to tell me the opposite. So this probably works.
yeah, this is great. I love this. Showing up. Okay, so rapid fire questions to get the jitters out. Also, so that our listeners have a better understanding, like Jess just said, of your varying personalities. So we'll start off really easy. Drink of choice. Shelby?
Gin and soda with lime.
I like a nice classic mojito. Sam and I, my husband and I call it that.
Mojito. I love that for you. Okay, fitted silhouette or flowy silhouette? Britt, you go first.
I'm definitely a fitted girly.
Okay.
I'm going to say fitted.
Yep. Okay, cool. Love that for you. Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad?
Heck yeah. I've been waiting. Can I go first? Yeah. I'm 100% Team Connie, baby.
I just started watching.
You did? Oh my God, yes.
So I think I'm still Team Connie.
Yes. Okay. You always will be.
But
nope.
Jeremiah seems nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she might flip to a Jeremiah.
It's his eyes.
I would eat him alive. Okay. Well,
yeah.
That's it.
I could see that for you, Shelby.
Know what to do with that information. So your favorite designer at TMB, Shelby?
Ooh, Alina.
Okay.
Ooh. I think mine's tied between Made with Love and Alina.
Gun to your head. You have to make a choice.
Okay, fine. I'll go with Made with Love. Quick answer.
Okay. What Taylor Swift song would best describe you?
Trouble.
Oh, I knew you were trouble. Yeah. Okay.
This is the first thing that's coming to my head. 22.
I was going to say Bejeweled.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
When you
one.
walk in the room, it does
Best
all
believe I'm still bejeweled.
Best believe. No, I was going to say I still sometimes act like I'm 22 when it's maybe not appropriate.
Okay, wedding trend you are so over.
I know it just started, but I'm already over the kind of drop waist.
Yeah,
I'm not over it.
I'm not over it.
I'm not over it. I want to see more of it. I want to see more extreme.
Yeah. As someone 5'2", I should be over it very quickly, but never will I ever be over. But not for me. But this isn't about me. This is about getting to know you guys. So here we go. What are you so
answering the
over?
questions or
What am I
what?
over? I don't know if this is a trend, but I've seen a lot of it, like wings and bows on shoulders. I just don't want it. I don't want to see it.
I love bows.
I want a veil.
You
and
want
if you're
classic.
gonna go for like wings, maybe just go full. Like I just want people to be more extreme.
Like,
Go like full cape.
oh, I thought you were gonna be like Victoria's Secret wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
At your wedding?
That's a little bit extreme.
Okay, well.
No, just go big or go home.
So there you go. Hopefully now everybody can understand that these are two very exceptional humans, but two very different humans.
Please refer to us as the 1-2 punch.
Let's start with story time. Yeah.
Ooh.
What is your most embarrassing story as a stylist? Like that moment that lives in your head rent free?
Talking about the bride would have known it was embarrassing for me, or it was just embarrassing.
No,
in
just
general?
embarrassing in general.
Yeah, just whatever. Yeah.
Do you want me to just dive in?
Yeah, I do.
I was in the middle of an appointment and I was having some bowel trouble,
Stop it.
I do know
right
this story.
now.
and I had to get I was like, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm gonna shit my pants in this appointment.
Okay, can you
And
stop for
ruin
a
it.
second? We need to set this up. What day was this? Was it like a Saturday? Were you out drinking the night before?
No, there was no reason for it.
Well, I don't know.
There
You're
was
22, so.
There was no reason for it. I was in the middle of an appointment, and I was like, I don't feel great. And then it just
Get the
kept
sweats,
escalating.
the
You get the
goosebumps.
sweat.
Ew,
And
the
you
cold
get the
sweats.
sweat. And then so I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I was listening to this girl. I was just fully concentrating on not shitting myself.
Oh my God.
And I forget who I had to get on the headset and go, excuse me. I don't know. Say it was Brett. Excuse me, Brett. I'm just wondering if you could come down. And she's probably coming, I don't know, whoever it was probably came down thinking,
I think it was me.
oh, like I
think I was here.
was it you?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably came down thinking, oh, she's ready to close. Maybe she just needs
Yeah.
a hype man or something.
I was like, no problem, Shelby. I'll be right there. Comes. And then it's just like strong arm walk to the bathroom.
We don't need to talk about what happened after, but
You guys can paint a picture.
you can.
Wait, did you
imagine
come
it.
back to the appointment and finish it or no?
100%.
Yes, of course I did.
100%.
Shelby
Just
is
need a
not
little-
quitter.
She
gotta
took some
close.
Pepto and called
Nothing stops this girl from
ABCs. Always be closing.
always be closing. Yeah, no, so I mean, I don't embarrass easily, so I don't even know if that is embarrassing, but maybe it's embarrassing. Oh, you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's
okay,
up there.
no.
I would probably
one.
hand in my resignation letter.
No,
You just
I'm
went back
closed.
and closed.
bitches be closing.
Bitches be closing.
Are we allowed to
Er-
say bitch?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's
hard to top. Sorry, Britt.
That's just. I feel for you. A good one that came to my head right away is we obviously have brides of all shapes and sizes. Your boobs are your boobs. They're
Yeah, they
wonderful. I had this one bride come in. We get into a bunch of dresses. She's loving it. She had a really bad experience at her previous store. So I was doing,
Doing what we do.
my best to make her experience like 100 out of 10.
Yeah.
We get through. She's loving Snowberry by Elena Lena, and yeah,
Good dress,
so
good
good,
dress.
so good. And we get to the end, and that's the one. So we pre-measure. She says yes, and we're not pre-measuring. We're actually measuring. And I have to obviously measure her bust, and I'm coming from the front just because that's the way I want to.
Sorry,
make
you
sure-
mean like you're
I'm standing.
in front of
It
her.
like
Boob
breast
to boob.
breast.
breast to breast. I love this for you.
Obviously, her breasts are large, and my face goes in between.
You mold her both
Said, like-
together.
Like you like lost
So yeah, exactly.
like you lost balance and just fell into her boobs.
Yep. Because there's a rug in the change room. So I go. My
so
nose
bad.
touches her chest between her boobs, and she goes, "Oh, we're like that now." And immediately I turn red because that's just, blonde-haired people just immediately turn red. I'm probably turning red right now.
You are a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. We are turning red on behalf of you. The secondhand embarrassment.
And
I think that's
we
worse
laugh
than
it off.
Shelby's.
We're friends
I
now.
think it might be
Because
But
she
yeah.
knew.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a goodie.
Yeah. That does live rent free. Sometimes before bed I see it flash before my eyes.
How did you recover?
I was just like, oh, like we're great friends now.
I like that.
Honestly, I think I maybe blacked out a little bit. I don't know. What
I'm
else I said,
sweating
but
listening to
So
I know.
this.
I am too.
I'm so uncomfy.
Needless to say, she left. She had a great experience. She cried. We all cried.
Like after
For good
you
reasons, I think.
motorboated
No,
her,
this was
or-
before. This was before.
I was gonna say, I think this is a different story. then.
No.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
so funny.
Oh my gosh.
That is probably the most embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
And this just happened 2 weeks ago. So,
No, it
Oh,
didn't.
Very fresh.
It's still fresh.
yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I need to change into a t-shirt.
Yeah, I need to change, guys. This is I'm very the one that lives rent free in my head didn't even have me tap into Allison, our quality control manager, and she was selling a sample off the rack. And the girl said yes to this sample, and Allison brought champagne out. And Allison is like, she has like years of serving experience. So she like is like a pro with the champagne. And like, I'm a shaky bee. Like, I'm so bad at it. But she's so good. And she trips and she spills the champagne on the bride, on the dress that this girl just bought
my
off the
God.
rack. So it's not like we're ordering her a new one.
If it didn't already need a dry clean, please, we recommend.
I was like, oh, I wouldn't have been able to recover. I wouldn't have been able to recover from any of the ones that
Yeah,
you
I've
guys just
definitely
said.
like tripped a little bit and like stumbled in the dress loft and then tried to do my speech and been like, I'm never gonna recover from this. The little trip or the trip up the stairs, it's like
The trip up the
that's
stairs.
fine.
The trip up the stairs,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Or sometimes if you go up the stairs and they go up the elevator and you're like winded,
Yeah.
and I like can't speak, and I'm like, I'm so mortified right now. I'm like, welcome to the dress loft. I don't know why I became Southern, but like very, very TT of me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's, I don't know, complete opposite direction. Let's go. What would you say is like the one thing that you could recommend to a bride to have a successful shopping experience?
Bring the right people, I would say.
Yeah,
You got to bring your best supporters, your biggest cheerleaders. If you really want to invite your mother-in-law, make sure she's those people because honestly, sometimes she doesn't need to be there.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Or just like split up the groups. Do it strategically. Like bring some people to the bridal appointment and some people to the dresser.
I agree.
What's the one thing that I would suggest?
I have another thing.
Oh
if
yeah,
you wanna-
say more and it'll remind me.
I think personally, I love when a bride does some pre-research. So it doesn't have to be going to other stores. It can just be looking online to figure out your major no's, things that you definitely don't want. Just having an idea always seems to kind of help me steer the appointment in a way that kind of like gets her the best
end.
out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one too because I feel like you know what stores you want to go to, and then also I would say make your nose like reasonable nose, like being like,
Agreed.
oh, like I don't know if I want like a strapless or not. It's like, okay, well, you don't know that yet. It's just like
Yeah.
I know I don't want
know
color.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
exactly.
big ones. Like, okay, like I don't want sleeves. Because you're right. Shelby's right. You don't really know anything. So like the very big ones, you're like, okay, I don't want sleeves because my sister-in-law just got married like 4 weeks ago in sleeves and I really don't want to look like her. Fine. I don't want color. Fine. But you're like, ooh, I don't like strapless. You're like, well, we don't know yet.
You don't know that.
We don't
Yeah.
know that yet. So
Okay.
I've got two.
I feel like I'm going to let you go, but I just feel like I would almost have the complete opposite of that. I love when they come in with like a blank slate and no idea.
I find that hard. I find that hard without like any.
Yeah, it can be hard, but it's also, I find that when they come in with too many ideas,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think that you need to set your day up for success from start to finish.
Ooh, goody.
So, yeah, see,
Yeah, the
Snaps for that.
so by that I mean, I see so many brides come in and they're frazzled, or like they just had a fight with someone in the car, or they couldn't find parking, or they're late, or whatever. Just set your day up for success. So like make it a chill day. This is supposed to be fun. This isn't supposed to be a chore. So make it so that when you show up, you're relaxed and you're not rushed.
And you're ready.
You're ready.
Yeah. And I think that goes too for the girls who try and crush a bunch of appointments in a day.
Yeah.
We see those girls at the end of the day sometimes and they're like all glazed over and you're like, are you here? And she's like, I've just tried on so many dresses.
And then you just get confused and then you don't really know what you do like. So
And you can't differentiate any dresses. You're like, I feel like I've tried on a million. And you're like,
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
This is currently your 101
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah. Hope you like it.
Yeah.
I also have one more, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to come backing yourself up. So,
Ooh, that's great.
yeah.
That was
So,
kind. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Copy that.
Copy that, Roger. 10-4.
I think that you got to be, obviously, some people are more quiet than others, but you definitely have to have yourself in your own corner. You know how you want to look on your day. And what I always say to brides is that other than the people who are here with you, nobody else is going to see all of the dresses that you tried on to get to your one dress that you're choosing. So if this is the one, nobody else is going to know what number 2 was. So you got to pick the one that you feel the best in, and not feeling like you're dressing up, but just feel like an awesome version of yourself.
Yeah. That's profound. I feel like that's a great point. Like nobody's gonna you're not walking into your reception and there's mannequins of all the dresses that could have been.
Yeah.
Or like
That's just a nightmare.
or photos of
beforehand.
you in them. Like
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this in appointments, but sometimes I don't know. You see people giving themselves so much pressure to have the perfect dress and whatever, and it's not that serious.
it's not
not
that
that
serious.
serious.
It's not that hard.
It's not that important.
Yeah.
With all due respect, sorry, Jess.
whatever.
No, but it's
I love
true.
your business, but it's like the dress is not that important.
Yeah, and nor is
The marriage is.
But okay, yes, the marriages, but it's like we always kind of say like it's not. This is gonna be a wonderful moment, and it's gonna be a beautiful day. But this is not the pinnacle of your life. This is not gonna be the best day you ever have in your entire life. I promise you that.
Nope.
There's going to be lots of other great days.
Amen.
There's gonna be lots of other days, and it's not that serious. And you should just get a dress that you feel great in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
stop.
And then stop.
There's a million dresses. There will always be more dresses. Yeah. There will always be more dresses.
Okay, so you guys have been, Shelby, how long have you been a stylist?
This was the wrong question to ask.
5 years. Okay. And then Brit, you've been with us for what, 2 years now?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay.
Wow.
So
you BB.
in your times, you guys have done a lot of appointments. We're not even we should have gotten that stat.
I would love to know how many appointments I've done
Yeah.
over the
We should get
years,
that
so I could
stat for
flex.
people when we turn, TMB turns 10 this year. I think that'd be cool to give everybody and then
Put it
their
on my
closing
list.
ratio and how many they didn't sell. Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Bitches be
Are we too competitive for this? Maybe
Yeah,
we should have
us
had
four
someone-
are way too
We would've
competitive
put
to
Meg
be
in
doing
here.
this.
Meg
Yeah.
would have been like,
We need a mediator.
everybody just calm yourselves. Although Meg is slaying.
Yeah, Meg's on fire. So we've seen a lot of things. Lot of shit. Brit's gone nose first into a set of boobs. So what is the biggest no-no that you've seen or that's happened to you that you can share that you're no, don't do that when you're dress shopping? I've experienced brides that come and they're like, I forgot to wear underwear, and I'm like,
Yeah, wear underwear. It's so uncomfortable.
yeah, wear underwear, please.
Also not sanitary.
There was actually
It's
a
not
point in time, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, where there were so many people not wearing underwear that we literally thought, do we need to buy a pack of Hanes and have them at a staff meeting? We talked about it. Yeah. And I think it was when bodysuits were first coming back, where people would just, or lots of times in the winter when people are wearing tights, they don't wear underwear underneath them and stuff. So
You guys wear bodysuits without underwear?
No.
Okay.
Depends on the bodysuit.
No.
Yeah.
Always underwear.
No, it's too much heat in the undercarriage.
what?
Did she just say undercarriage? Undercarriage. No, I mean that's the same reason I don't recommend Spanx. No one wants an oven.
In your
A broiler.
oh
What did they put pottery in?
It's so Spanx
a
is so
kiln.
hot.
A kiln.
There's no need for that.
That's
amount
just
of heat
okay,
and
but in the
pressure
winter,
on there.
listen to this. Winter, you're wearing underwear, then you're wearing pantyhose, or underwear, then the bodysuit, then pantyhose. I'm sorry, it's like saran wrapping your vajay.
This is why I don't wear bodysuits. My ass got too fat, so I can't wear bodysuits. No, because they don't leave enough room for the booty.
Okay.
They definitely don't.
No.
Why don't you wear the thong version ones?
What?
Yeah, why don't you wear the
thong
thong
version
ones?
It's still then it's just
Eating it?
it's
Yeah,
like
num
cutting
num
you in
num.
half.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about cutting in half? My long torso is I have to
Yeah.
okay, we can't talk about this because it's getting too rated R.
Anyways, so what do you guys think people should not do now that we've tackled underwear? What's the biggest no-no in your books
The-
that you've like either
that the
experienced? Yeah, that you've either experienced with a bride or
I have one for the couch while you guys think. I think girls bringing up dresses that are no longer in the running. So
yeah,
like
that's a great
like a friend being like, oh, but remember that other one?
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh yeah.
and that's okay. If you have a favorite at another store and you're like in between and you are trying to decide and that one is the one, that's cool. But it's more that if that has been like vetoed for a certain reason, like it was out of budget and she's probably butthurt about it, why are you bringing it up? Like if you've been like, it's no longer in the running and you're saying goodbye to it and you're pushing it in your mind and you're trying to start fresh, when someone brings up that like painful dress, either it's out of budget, can't order it, whatever, it's like, it really crushes the appointment.
Yeah.
I
On
agree.
that same note, when girls are like, "Oh yeah, I tried that one on, and I didn't." That like, why? What?
Or that looks like, remember when Katie got married? That looks like her dress.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Keep your mouth shut and
Keep
think
Katie out of this
keep
appointment.
Katie out of this appointment and like be present for what the dress she's in now.
Yeah.
Speaking of being present, don't do work during an
No.
appointment.
Oh,
I had,
yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a dad bring a laptop into an appointment.
It's the
A
dads with the laptops.
And then, like, full laptop out, asked me for the Wi-Fi, then had to take a call, left for a half an hour.
Yo, you got to transfer some funds, Cayman Islands.
It was not.
He's a day trader.
It was so uncomfortable. Bride was crying. It
Aw,
was.
that's awful.
It was no bueno.
Yeah, this is not a remote work environment.
No.
Thank you.
Can you spare 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Also on the theme of technology, if you're zooming someone in, which we
Try
support,
beforehand.
yes, one troubleshoot,
Brilliant.
definitely have a sound check, but wait till you're in like the last two.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the
Chaotic.
faves, or else it's too
Faves,
much. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like that person can't see anything.
You're wasting time.
You can't see
Yeah.
anything, and they're so loud because then the people on the
so
couch are
loud.
shouting,
Yeah.
and you're like, they don't see what you're talking about. They don't see, oh, this one sparkles more. Can you see it? The person's looking
No,
at a
they
freaking
can't see
potato.
it.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Just
Yeah.
Also, on technology, for the bride, don't rely on photos. Don't rely on photos that
Oh my gosh, I say
people
this
on your
all the
couch
time.
are taking.
Yeah.
Because we're
Terrible
not
from
photographers.
below.
We're at a lower
From
angle.
your iPhone 4, like they're gonna look
If it's
bad.
me taking it, you can rely on that. But some of these people with like zooming in
Oh,
and then they have like
yeah, the long zoom.
0.0005.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. No, for
what
sure.
are you getting from that? You're just remembering, oh, this person's a bad photo taker.
Yeah, and I
the
think
dress.
that that's a good point too, because the way that the boutique's set up is that the mirrors, they are reflecting the best light onto you. So anytime that you like turn around to take a photo of it, you're going to be backlit. So there's going to be like weird, that's a great one, the photos, because I mean, we've probably all heard it when a bride comes back for like a one last look or something, and they're like, I looked at the photos and I actually hate my first one. And you're like, you don't.
You
don't.
loved
let's get back in it.
Yeah.
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 All right, Britt, what's your no-no?
Ooh, I've got kind of two. So I want, when a bride comes in, I want that bride to be a little bit selfish. This appointment's about you and only you. It's not about your mom or your best friend who's also getting married next year. You booked this appointment for yourself, so take your time. Don't be like, oh, this would look great on you. Just focus on how you feel in the dress, because this hour and a half goes by pretty quick unless you're booking a longer appointment. But even then, they go by really quick. So take this time for yourself. Don't worry about who's getting married next or who got married in what previous. Like it's about you, so just focus on that.
Yeah.
And that being said, if your mom also needs a dress, she doesn't need that white sparkly number that you also love,
Okay. That's
because that it's not your mom's turn to try on dresses. And this has happened previously.
it
So
has absolutely happened, and I'm not going to name drop who
What
it
if I
happened
just
to.
put this
but-
in and we just dye it black and
Yeah.
this will be for me?
yes, exactly. No
Or
mom.
that they're just like fully okay with wearing a white wedding dress
Yeah,
to their
yeah.
daughter's wedding.
Because it's sparkly, it's therefore not white anymore. I don't get it.
it's so true.
I have no comments that are appropriate for this podcast.
Yo, it's unveiled for a reason, Shelby. What gets you fired up as a stylist?
Like when a bride comes in and she just like asks all the right questions, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like, or like just what
goodies?
gets you like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good appointment, or like this was the best appointment. Like what gets you fired up?
That's a good
I
question,
love when a
Adele.
bride
Thanks.
comes in alone.
Oh, okay. Explain, because I find that as much as we love that, I find like usually it's always like a first exploratory shopping experience, and they come back with the whole.
Maybe,
Group.
I don't know. Sorry, I'll clarify it. I love when a bride comes in by herself and she's ready to shop and say yes. Because it tends to be that they know themselves better and they're confident in their choices, and they don't need mom or their sister or their friend to validate what they love.
You also get to become like friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you're doing that in the change room anyway. Like
Yeah.
kind of like, but they're always there with their favorite people. So you're like, oh, your best friends are out there. But when it's just you and
Yeah.
her, it's like you actually get to like talk about things and like bond. And then she asks your opinion and you're like, you got this. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I think, but I can tell that you are like shining in this. Does this feel better? Like, what is the tea?
Okay, cool, Britt. What fires you up?
A lot fires me up, but I like when a bride actually like opens up to me in the change room, whether it be actually in the change room or in front of her peers. Just being able to be confidently herself, I think that just kind of creates that connection, and then I can jump on kind of what she said and escalate it further.
So
Because-
wholesome.
So wholesome. I love it. This is why you're so good at your job.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like just yesterday was Monday, but on Sunday I had a bride and she told me this crazy story about her previous relationship and how she's so much happier now, and like she just wants to do this for herself.
Oh my
And like you
God.
just build that like
Camaraderie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like then you want to like, not that I'm never working hard, but then you just want to work like that extra little bit harder for her to help her find her dream dress, because you've built that connection with each other.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like she just then loves TMB more. I mean,
What's not to love?
That was really wholesome.
That was like so good, but there's so much to
It's
that
true,
it's like,
yeah.
I think we've all experienced that, whether, you know, like I have like a few brides that stick out in my head that I'm like, I will remember you for the rest of my life, because
Yeah.
it was, they
Yeah.
opened up about
Yeah.
something and you're like, we're going to get you your dress. And like, I felt like just as emotional when they said yes
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
they
100%.
were.
And you have that moment too. I can see when I'm sitting in the office when someone comes up to the loft, like the stylist comes up to the loft after they've been downstairs, and they are like stomping around that loft, dedicated.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what, we got to get this girl this dress. And then they give the little debrief upstairs. They're like, you know what, like she's tried on so many, like she's been feeling really bad about herself. And then everyone kind of, they're like, what about this? What about this? And then it becomes like
Yeah.
a team sport upstairs of just like,
Yeah.
we're going to get her there. And it's
Yeah.
like, you think that it's just an appointment to us, but honestly, Britt's right. As soon as you
care.
create a connection, you're like, don't worry, like no bride left behind. Like
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
gonna get you.
that's
there.
exactly it.
Yeah, like you laugh together, you cry together at the end. Like you become best. You honestly do
cry all
become
the
really good
time.
friends.
Oh yeah. I was going to say,
I
how many
cried-
times have you cried in an appointment?
Oh,
407.
probably
Do you cry every time a bride says yes?
to myself.
in the closet? Yeah.
But yeah, I go in reception closet. That little curtain hides a lot. Shout out to Danielle if she listens to this. But she came in for her first appointment with a couple of her friends, and then she came back for one last look to say yes. And I was fortunate enough to do them both. And her friend was like, "Oh my gosh, Brittany, she's been talking nonstop about you. Like,
Oh my gosh,
you
I
are
love
one
it.
of her new best friends." I'm like, yes. I have done good in this world. So just like building that relationship with your stylist, like being open and honest. And if we pull something that you don't love, don't get into it just for the sake of us, because we're just wasting your time, girly.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something
And the dress
you actually
doesn't have
love.
feelings. Some girls are just like, oh, I don't want to I don't want to offend you, but I really don't like that.
I
That's
didn't
okay.
design the dress.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't design the dress.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, the dress doesn't have feeling. It's okay. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
There's lots of other goodies here.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with a Brittany gave like the emotional
Beautiful,
version.
beautiful response.
Angelic answer, and I was gonna say I get really fired up when a bride comes in and there are multiple barriers.
Yeah.
Give me a challenge.
True.
I want a short timeline.
That's the
I
competitiveness in you.
I want
Brides that are listening, don't listen to
don't
this.
please don't.
But if
Don't
you do
give
have
Shelby
a short,
what she wants.
if you do have a short timeline, then you can request Shelby. If you do have all of the what we call of the Bermuda Triangle of bridal problems, then we will put you with Shelby.
All right, short timeline. What else do you want, Shelby?
a lower budget,
Okay.
small budget. I want. What's the other one?
The trifecta is like physical barriers where
Yeah,
like you
so-
haven't found anything that you like, or you haven't found anything that fits,
Yes.
or like I have a really short torso, or like I need to cover up for ceremony. So like physical things that attributes for the dress, you have lots of those.
And and you have a very specific vision. I want to blow that vision up. I want to blow it up.
We're about to blow your mind.
I'm gonna blow the vision up. We're gonna get you a dress under budget that you can go home with today, and that is a wild card. And then you're gonna be
Wild cards are your
excited
friend.
that it's not even.
Adele's
what
so
you
uncomfortable.
imagined.
Adele, I also
Everything
feel
we've
like
worked for has just gone down
Yeah.
the toilet.
Sorry.
Shelby just blew it up. That's okay.
Sorry.
It's
Adele.
I
fine.
mean, I just get really excited and competitive with myself, but
Yeah.
don't come in under those circumstances.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
try and get there.
But it's true. We all love a challenge like that. And I think, Jess, you hit it on the head. Like when we come up and we all have like, wow, sorry, one second.
What's with the Italian hands here today?
Sorry, I talk
so
with my
much
hands.
Italian.
No, I was going to say like we all come up to the dress loft in an appointment and we're like, whoever's around, you're like, come talk to me.
Yeah.
We need to talk about like this. And like
100%.
you give them the whole lay down of
Yeah.
what's going on. And like, I might even know what dress I'm going to pull, but I'm like, I just need you to like validate that I'm
Yes.
pulling this
You
dress.
start
And, like,
drumming off like, hey, she doesn't like this, but she loves this. Like we're loving like satin and like this is what we're, and then everyone's like ooh ooh, and then they start going through the Rolodex together with you,
Yeah,
and you
and
like it's like a little brainstorm.
sport.
it's
It
so
is.
fun. It's like, yeah, solving a puzzle. But we also all have like very heavy feet. Like
No, just you and Scarlett.
me and Scarlett and
for yourself.
I don't know. I think there's some more. And also we have like long feet. So that's why. So
The
I'm
tens
just like
in the building.
I just was
tens.
gonna say, like,
I
I,
don't
always
know.
wonder what like people downstairs underneath the loft, if they like hear when you're like, I'm just gonna run up to the loft and check and see if there's anything that we missed, and the boom, 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 boom.
I actually keep horses upstairs as well. One more that I want to throw out here is when a girl comes in and she's got interesting taste. When she's just like, I want to see, when she comes in, she's like, I want to see something different. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, baby. That's my favorite appointment. I'm like, I want to make anything for you.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So the whole thing of this episode is everything that your bridal stylist needs you to know. So if there's one more thing that you need them to know, speak now, forever hold your peace. Shelby 101.
You want the deep answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want whatever answer you feel best represents. I don't know.
You.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
This is the first thing that comes to my head. Remember that your stylist is also a person.
Snaps for that. Don't
Yeah.
throw your dress at me.
Okay, what do
please.
you mean by that?
I'll
Like,
give you a
have people
specific-
been mean to you?
No.
Oh.
People are 95% of people are lovely. 95% of people are like Brit.
Yeah. We're also lovely. She just,
And not that people aren't, but what I'm talking about is remember your stylist is a person. So the amount of brides that come in and just rip on their bodies, like absolutely rip on their bodies. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a curvy lady.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We love that about you.
Yeah, I'm curvy. So the amount of times that I think they just don't even see you, and you're like, you're absolutely ripping yourself apart. What do you think of me?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot. And I think everybody has their own thing. Like,
Yes,
and it's
everybody
a
has their
very,
own
it's a very horse blinder thing. Like we
Yes.
all do that when you look in a mirror, and it's like kind of like that Mean Girls thing. You're like, my pores are huge. And like,
Yes, it's
But-
not intentional. It's not malicious, but that's just the most obvious example of remembering that your stylist is a person.
but also there's
Wow.
there's an easy way for me to turn this into other things too, where you're like, well, I guess maybe I shouldn't eat for the next 4 months, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you don't know that your stylist isn't going to get triggered by that. Or like, not that you have to shelter yourself either, because this is a safe space. Like you can say whatever you need to in the change room and know that we are human and we also have thoughts like that. But we're also here to be like, this is the area that you can feel safe and try on dresses and and not have to have those thoughts, whether they're about your body being bigger, smaller, shorter, taller, with more food, whatever it is. It's just like, this is supposed to be an area where you can celebrate it.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, remember that, but also, like, if you're feeling shitty, not that I want to hear about it, but I want you to be able to share that with me.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not trying to shut
No,
it
but
down.
that's
I'm
a
not
really
trying to shut
good.
it down.
That's a really good thing, because I think it's like, it is all about them, and we've talked about, like Britt talked about, how they need to be selfish in their appointment, and like it is all about them, but it's like, we're all on this journey together, and we're here to support you. And
I think part of that is when we talk about like onboarding and our branding and everything like that, sometimes my mom will say, you know, we're a little bit intimidating now. Like, we're a big brand, we're a big store, we're doing a lot of appointments, like we present big, and like we're big shit. And I was like, that's because we are, but you also have to know that when we train our stylists, I want everyone to feel like they're approachable.
loved.
Yeah. And like, honestly,
No, it's true.
you want to be approachable. There's so much that your stylist is a human, and they care already about you before even meeting you. And so it's like, you don't have to say those bad things about yourself. You can, but you don't have to leave that space here with us. You can just be. And I think maybe that's like the Guelph in us too. Like, obviously we're not all from Guelph, but like, I want people to walk into the space and feel like they're in New York, but understand that we're all friends here, and not just friends with each other. We're open for you to be part of our group. Always. Like,
100%.
And I was just gonna add on, like, don't apologize. I hate it when people come into the room and apologize for their bodies and who they are. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous, or oh, I'm sorry, my underwear are the wrong color. Honestly, we've seen it all. We have seen it all. Don't apologize. I've seen every set of boobies.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have, Britt.
Right? You know, we've actually seen it all, and there's nothing unique about you. I didn't word that properly.
But no, it is.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Yeah. And wear underwear.
Wear underwear.
Always.
Book closed. All right, we got an outro question here. Hi, Jess and Adele. I'm loving Unveiled. Literally, it brings so much joy on my Wednesday commutes home from work. I need you BFFs to tell me if I'm being the a-hole. So my soon-to-be sister-in-law is getting married, and at the wedding, I'm going to be 3 months postpartum. I'm a bridesmaid, and my husband is his brother's best man. They've made it known that it is an adults-only wedding. They don't want any children at the ceremony or reception. I want to, of course, honor whatever they want for their wedding, but how am I supposed to leave a 3-month-old baby alone for an entire day? Am I the a-hole for thinking I need to tell the bride, my sister-in-law, I'm either bringing the baby or I can't be a bridesmaid and cannot attend the wedding because I need to be caring for the child?
Ooh, can I go first?
Yeah.
I'm the mom here, I guess. I would say it's okay to talk to your sister-in-law about how you're feeling. Number one, you should be able to do that. If you can't, then this battle is over. But I think in order to I get that. You got to respect what the bride wants. But you also, like, this infant is like an infant. So what I would do is I would be like, hey, like, this is a super long day. We're both in the bridal party. I'm going to have to bring the baby to all the prelim, all the photos, all whatever. Like, I'll have nanny or grandma or whatever to be with her, or him. Sorry, I don't know what the baby is. Or they, whatever. It.
Not the clown.
And so I really think that, like, that's, as a bridesmaid, we know that things start at like 7 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. Baby's 3 months, doesn't really do anything, just needs to like feed all the time and just sleep and shit. So like, bring the baby all day, and then I would say the babysitter takes it for the ceremony. You have some time, maybe book a hotel right beside, so you can go and like feed the baby, be with him for like an hour before the reception, even half an hour, and then attend. And then you got to call your night short. And I think you can do both. You can make accommodations for what she wants, because it clearly she doesn't want them in the photos or the ceremony. And I get it. Crying baby at the ceremony, that sucks. And you do want your people to celebrate, but she has to understand too, like, I'm not going to be able to be as present with my kid not being there. And I want to be there in the morning with you guys. I want to have mimosas. I want to be part of it, but my kid's also part of my life now. You have to respect both. You have limits as a mom 3 months postpartum, but you also can show up for people. And I think they have to give you grace to make accommodations, like that my nanny's probably going to follow us around, or my grandma or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like she has to be here with us, but she doesn't have to be at your events, like the ceremony and dinner or whatever. So making them close, but not right there, I think is the halfway point.
I think that you have to really pay attention to the age of the baby. Like that's
The baby's fresh.
4 months is fresh out of the womb.
Yeah.
A year, get a babysitter. I don't know. I'm not a mom.
Yeah,
I'm not a mom. I
even
don't know.
6 months is a way different than 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. I think it's just being open, like both parties being open and saying like this is what I'm capable of, and just setting up that expectation ahead of time, saying, okay, well, if you want me to be part of the wedding party, this is what I can accomplish, and if you want more than that, then unfortunately I can't. And then for the bride, saying, okay, well, these are my expectations as the bride. Just put it all out in the
only
open.
person's being an asshole is the person that's not being flexible. You can both have different wants and still be open to a conversation about it.
Or like both parties just need to communicate what they're expecting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, though. Do not bring your crying baby to the ceremony. No.
It's a spicy situation.
It's spicy, but I don't think
But
it needs to be spicy.
what wedding situation isn't
What
spicy?
wedding is not spicy? All right, cool. Well, that's a wrap on episode 5. We still don't have like a
sign off.
Sign
10
off. Do you have
a.m.
anything?
Santa's coming.
What did you say?
It's from Elf. It's a Christmas episode.
I didn't.
Santa's coming! Santa, I know him.
All right.
10
This is for all
a.m.
the Christmas lovers out there.
Yes.
We're not Christmas lovers.
It's
I
just
am.
Adele and
half,
Brit.
Yeah.
It's half and half.
Half and half.
Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the podcast, and I really appreciate you being a huge part of TMB and the bride's experience.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
Thanks,
thank
Adele.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brit.
Once you punch in and out.